Hazard might be that dude. Hazard really might be that dude. Chelsea, they needed this win. The Premier League title is not on the cards. It's just not happening. City are going to be invincible. So let's not even talk about that. There's discussions about trying to secure top four. But I look at Chelsea there. Some issues that need to be cleared up. First of all, Batshuayi has to leave. If ever there was any indication from a manager that he doesn't trust you and he doesn't believe in you, this is it. This is the most obvious thing saying to Batshuayi, apart from saying it to him directly that I don't trust you. I only use you if I really have to. So if Batshuayi wants such a play in the World Cup, he needs to leave in January. But with regards to Chelsea, now here's the thing. Hazard is easily Chelsea's best offensive player. Scratch that. He's Hazard's best player because Chelsea don't actually have any top quality defenders. He's the best player, followed closely by Kante. And it's as if Hazard is playing on a whole different wavelength from everyone else. As in when you look at the touches he makes, the runs he makes, the moves he makes, people are not really on his wavelength. And when you're not on someone's wavelength, those balls are just going to be passed to air. Whereas if you're on Hazard's wavelength, you'll actually be creating a lot more chances. Because once people are in tandem, just like the Barcelona team or the Brazil team of 2002, it's very difficult for the defenders to stop it because once you're on that same understanding, it's all one touch, and one touch is the hardest thing to defend against. But here's the kicker. The players around Hazard can be on his wavelength. Because I've seen William play for Brazil. I've seen Pedro back at Barcelona for Spain. And I've seen Moses for Nigeria. If they're allowed to, and you saw a few instances there in the second half when they were comfortable, they can. But I think the issue is that Conte is not a dynamic offensive coach. He's a very good defensive coach. He's a very good organizer, and he knows how to make a team balanced and robust. Very Italian style. But as far as creativity, dynamism, off the ball movement, trying to really confuse defenses, that's not his thing. That is what Guardiola is an expert at. Guardiola is an expert of finding that pass that no one sees, making that run that no one really follows up. But for Conte, he doesn't do that because, again, I look at Moses. How many times does Moses take on a man? How many times does Moses get the ball and actually go diagonal? How much does Moses get the ball, see Hazard and play a ball off of Hazard and actually try and make a diagonal run into the box? We never really see that. Moses, he gets to the ball, simple pass. It's very basic, very safe, very similar to the wing backs of Juventus like Lichtsteiner and Asamoah and so forth. It's just very basic, keep it solid, nothing too complicated, nothing too crazy. But I just feel like if he allowed Moses, Alonso, William to really be much more dynamic, much more expressive, that will actually mean that they will actually be much more on Hazard's wavelength. And those balls that Hazard are playing, Moses will be getting them because there is much more of an encouragement of making forward runs into the box, whereas Moses and Alonso, they're just very rigid positions out wide, and that is where they keep. Whereas that there's not enough movements, inside, outside, diagonal, coming on the inside, carry the ball, take more shots, go attack with the ball. You're not giving them because, again, what you should have are really defenders really having to defend against 4 or 5 guys coming into the 18-yard box, which is not what's happening. So that is what Chelsea missed, and maybe that's what they were missing perhaps in that game against West Ham, where there is not enough adventure. That's the key word. There's not enough risk. Because look, I told you, Hazard is finally playing like, yeah, he's one of the best players in the world. Yeah, this is the guy who has a footballing IQ of 10 freaking thousand. This is the guy that is really just balling, barreling, But you're not going to get the best of him if the other players are not encouraged to be doing what he's doing. It's as if Hazard is encouraged to be just here. You have the freedom to do what you want to do, but everybody else has to keep to their position and be very disciplined. No. Chelsea should be an expressive team, but at the same time, that goes against Conte's philosophy. That goes against Conte's approach. Because if Ancelotti had this same team, you'll be seeing the kind of football that they'll be playing. They'll be playing far more crazy football because this team can play some amazing football. This team can rip guys open. This team can be very adventurous, very entertaining. But they're not allowed to do that because Conte is not that kind of dude. And when they're on the training ground pitches doing drills, I'm sure they're not doing drills of off-the-ball movements and attacking settles whenever they attack. They're not really doing. They may do that, but they don't put more focus on that. The focus is on keep your position, keep your shape, because that's just what Conte is like. But yeah, man, I just think for Chelsea, look, it's about looking at the FA Cup, solidifying top 4, and obviously keeping an eye of that Barcelona game. Again, that schedule is crazy. Look, Huddersfield again, they just came across a much better team, so you can't even blame them for doing anything wrong, because look, what these guys have really done so far under Wagner is flipping incredible. First time ever in the flipping Premier League. Look at how well they're doing. Yeah, I just think that's the thing, is like, I don't see Chelsea playing that sexy champagne football if Conte continues to restrict the abilities of Moses, Alonso, but especially Moses and Willian as well. As if he goes to restrict it, because I just think that they're a bit shackled. They're a bit shackled, and I think he needs to unleash the shackles and give them the same kind of freedom that he affords to Hazard. Because if they all have the same kind of freedom, then these guys can really be doing some of the stuff that Man City are doing. Because Man City, you look at them, they have that freedom. They have, not necessarily the freedom, but you can see how much work they do on offensive setups and making runs. And just, that's the key thing, ideas. And you just can't have one man that has all of the ideas. Everybody must be coming up with ideas of how I'm going to run, how I'm going to go. And you have to be training this stuff continuously on those training grounds. That's why you do your 5-on-5s, to try and create different setups, one touch. So because once you're trained so much, it's one touch, and that's your one touch. You can do it continuously in different sections in 90 minutes. And I keep proving to people, the one touch football is the hardest thing to defend. Will Conte do that? We don't know. You need a much more adventurous manager. Thank you for watching this video. Think about pledging and become a Half Football Hut patron. Pledge an amount each month and gain access to exclusive videos from your boy, the Football Hut, for more analysis. Peace.